I love owning my own business. I love that I'm in charge of it all and I can decide what to make. I feel like when you make what you're actually passionate about, then it makes other people passionate about what you're making because they get excited hearing you talk about the things you're doing. I actually originally went to college for ceramics, but all of the classes filled up so quickly that I could not get into a ceramics class. So I panicked and didn't know what to do. And so I was taking all these sculpture classes and I stumbled upon the wood shop and I just became obsessed with it. I knew my grandfather did woodworking, but I didn't know much about it. I asked my mom, like, hey, we have all these pieces of grandpaps, like, what did he use to make them? And she said there's this machine called a lathe. Most commonly, like baseball bats were made on a lathe, or like all the spindles on the staircase in your house were made on a lathe. I was so hooked. All of my sculptures in school just became woodworking sculptures. In a weird way, you could describe turning on the lathe like learning to drive a stick shift car. It is all feeling. Woodworking is a male-dominated field. I'm kind of over all of the hard edges and the big hardware and everything being chunky and big. I think women come and put this nice feminine touch on it. They make things rounded, they make them smooth, they make them soft. Women are amazing. Growing up in Pittsburgh, going to school in Chicago, we are very lucky our architecture we have over here. And so brick patterns, different line work, textures, I brought that into my work because a lot of my work has line work and different patterns and textures. I cover my vases in all different patterns. That's what started that interest. So in a way, my work, some of my pieces can be very ambiguous of walking the line between sculptural and functional. The person who is going to be the owner of it can decide what they want to do with it and how they want to use it, whether they want to use it or not. Because then it also becomes like more important to them. It becomes more personal. If I could pick like the perfect setting for my work, it would be like a mid-century modern house in California with the sun shining through the windows, and like my favorite wood is cherry, which is a very warm wood, and just have the sunlight come in and hitting the cherry, and the room just feels so warm and I think with the way that the furniture world is going, everything is cheap and fast, and wood doesn't even look like wood because they only pick the most perfect pieces. There's no character. You get a lot of comments of like, well, why does this cost so much? You as a small business are constantly being compared to these huge businesses that have like hundreds of thousands of employees. And it's not a fair comparison. There's something about the human touch on a product. I think what makes artwork interesting are all the little nuances and the mistakes and visuals of the human hand on the pieces. Wood is so beautiful on its own. Finding the beauty in the material naturally is incredibly underrated.